Hello, welcome to my bookshelf, and today I wanted to make some reading goals for this upcoming year. Well, officially it is 2018 already, so hooray! Hopefully it's better than last year. Though I will say that in my own personal life, 2017 has actually been a pretty good year. The main reason being that I actually started a booktube channel, which is just so cool to me even to this day. I can't believe I did it, and I can't believe I'm still doing it. Like, this is awesome. So I would say that's something that I hope to continue in the future in this upcoming year. But also I started reading again, which to me is a really big deal. I always loved reading in, elementary, middle, and high school. But after I graduated high school, I pretty much stopped reading on a consistent basis. So I decided it was time to finally read all these books I've been buying for so long. So I pushed myself to make this channel, and honestly it's made a world of difference. Because I have you guys to hold me accountable. I push myself every month to make a TBR and a wrap-up video, so I have to have books to talk about for those. And so it's just been a really great experience, and it really has helped me complete my reading goals. So a quick look back as far as my reading goals for last year, before I jump into the goals for this upcoming year. Last year, the only official goal I made was my Goodreads goal, which was just 50 books in a year. It was kind of an arbitrary number I picked. It sounded good. It was about a book a week. Admittedly, I started my Goodreads account probably at the end of February, so I was kind of behind even on that. So I figured it was probably going to be a lofty goal, but at least it would be something that maybe was manageable. And actually it was, because I surpassed my goal, which is really exciting for me. Like I said, I thought it was going to be a lofty goal, and it wasn't. So that was really my only reading goal last year, and I actually did it. And I'm just so proud of myself for that it's just so cool. But now that I've been doing this for almost a year now, I think it's time to have more lofty goals and have more of them, and to have more fun with this, right? So the first of which I guess I should talk about is my Goodreads goal for this year. I plan to read 75 books this year. Now this is rather an arbitrary number as well. I'm just basing it off of my last year's goal, and I'm adding some books, and I figured why not add 25 more books? That sounds good, because I hope that one year I can read over 100 books, so that would be exciting. So I have a couple different goals other than that, one of which is to become more proficient in German. Now, I know this seems kind of random to be talking about on BookTube, but I have books that are written in German, and I hope to, my goal was to one day read them. Just like with reading any one of my books, if I don't just start reading them, I'm never going to read them. So this is why it's a goal on here. I want to actually, pick up those German books that I've been buying for a while now. So my goal is to, that'll only be part of it, but I want to use those to help me get better at German. I have other things I want to do as well that I want to start implementing this year on a regular basis. And books is just one of them, but since it's, related to BookTube, I figured I would mention it here as well. And so my goal as far as German books, I want to read at least 5 books that are written completely in German this year. So we'll see what happens. I figured that's not too bad of a goal because, there's 12 months. I mean, so in that case, I can read about, one book can take me like 2 months or so. And I should still meet my goal, and I think that's pretty reasonable because I do have some of their short books. I have various lengths. Admittedly, most of them are like adult books, as far as like reading comprehension and things like that. So those I'm definitely not going to try, but I will try to read my like middle school and like my high school age ones, because obviously those should be a little bit easier for me to digest. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, so 5 German books. So 5 of my 75 should be German. That would be really nice. And obviously more is better, so if I continue to read German because I love it that much, I will continue to do so, but 5 will probably be a lofty goal. I'm not really sure. But right now it's just kind of getting into the habit of things, and I know I can do it, I just have to push myself. So my last main goal has a couple other goals underneath it, which I will explain as I go through it. But my big main goal is to rein in on my TBR, because if you watch my channel, you'll know that I have really lofty TBRs, and they are lofty for me, actually. For some people, they can read, 10 books in a month, but that has not been the case for me in a single month. So why do I keep picking 10 books a month to read? That makes no sense. So I am going to rein myself in and only pick 5 books per TBR. So hopefully I can actually, complete my TBR, like a normal person. So, and if for some reason I finish all 5 of those books and I still have time left in the month, then I can just, pick up another book. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to try to rewire how I think about my TBR, and hopefully this will help. So as I mentioned before, I have other goals too, and it's going to be kind of incorporated in how I choose my TBR. So the first of which is that I want at least 1 book per month to be from a diverse author or diverse character. I have both in there just because I may or may not have that many authors that are diverse. I'm hoping that that'll be my first goal, is to read from an author who's diverse, which will tend to just be an author from a different country. Because honestly, most of my books are written from American authors, but I do have some that are written from non-Americans. So I really want to get that different perspective. And diverse can mean a lot of different things. And if I have a book that I really want to read that incorporates other kinds of diversity in there, I will do so. That's kind of my spot to do that. But I want at least 1 book each month to be diverse in some way. Probably the author, but it could be the characters as well, especially if it's a book I'm really excited about. So there's that. I also want to read nonfiction books. So at least 1 book a month will be nonfiction. This will probably end up being memoirs, because I do have quite a few of those and I really do enjoy them. But I do also have other nonfiction books that are mostly psychology related, but I do really enjoy them, and I do want to actually read them at some point. So there's kind of a spot for that in my TBR as well. I also have a couple different series that I want to, continue or start, etc. And I want to have a spot in my TBR for that as well. So I want to read, a book from a series in my TBR on a regular basis. I also want to read at least 1 book per TBR that is specifically addressing a challenge on the 52 books in a year challenge on Goodreads. 52 is because there's 52 weeks in a year, so it's 1 book a week. And I want to make sure that I complete that. I'm sure that I will inadvertently complete some of those challenges, but I want to make sure that each month I'm at least picking 1 book that completes a challenge to help me on my way. So I obviously will be doing that as well. I will probably use either a number generator to come up with which challenge I decide to go with, or I could just go down the line. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I don't think. It's kind of random in and of itself. So whatever works the best, I will figure that out, but I will at least pick 1 challenge from that list each month. And then my last book will just be random, and this could be a lot of different things. So let's say I have 2 books that I really want to read that are both diverse. There we go. There's my random book. Or if I have, it could kind of substitute an extra one of my 4 previous ones I've just mentioned to you. Or I wrote down a lot of different challenges from previous readathons and things that I've done in the past, or just things I've seen before on the past on readathons I think were really fun challenges as far as picking a book to read. And I wrote them all down and I've numbered them, so I will use a random number generator to pick a number, and then I will find a book to complete that challenge. And it'll just be for funsies, really. So my random slot can be used in a lot of different ways, which I like. There's some flexibility for myself. And so yeah, that's how, from now on, I will pick my TBR. Alright, so those are my reading goals for 2018. Please wish me luck. I hope to start this as soon as possible, so I will start this with my January TBR, which I know is going to be, released late. I apologize for that, but I have been at least reading some of these books. I just haven't officially made a TBR video because I just got back from Wisconsin. So that all being said, I just want to, as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for holding me accountable for my reading goals, both last year and for this upcoming year. So until next time.